The purpose of this video is to show and explain a little bit how I make these sculptured concrete stones. I like to call them stones because they're meant to be stones. That look like the Inca Stonework in South America. I have a hole there on purpose. The hole's going to stay there. Here's this side. And yes, there are some cracks. As some places it's very tight, and some places there are cracks. So you can look in the middle. The middle is hollow. And it's pretty even. You want to make it even, and that's how you can eliminate almost all of your cracks to get them to fit right. And so what I use a form, a plywood form. I poured the stones in place around this form. So you see I have a almost level top here, and I decide to pour one stone and I let it overhang here. Then I pour another stone the next day, and I pour another stone. I do this side. Then I take these stones off and I turn the thing like this. But before I do, I put braces on here to hold these stones in place so they can't move, because they're overlapping here maybe, and maybe here it only comes to here. Because then I can start doing this side, and the stones will meet up with these stones. And I also did these stones prior, and these stones might be hanging over or under, and then I can make these line up. And then I take all these out when they're done. And then I have to turn it over and do the bottom side, you know. Here you can see a photo I took while in process, and you can see how I have the stones separated by saran wrap, which is 1/1000th of an inch thick, and how I hold it. That's kind of how I do it. Now, why did I make a short concrete obelisk? I made it to put my sculpture on top. So I will put a 24 by 24 slab of concrete underneath, and I will put a 16 concrete slab on top of it, and then I will put the sculpture on top of that. And what do I use for concrete? I use the sand mix, and I use the masonry cement, which is just pure. It's kind of like Portland cement. It says type in. And I mix those, and I mix it very thick so that it is very thick. And I add a lot of extra masonry cement, which is just powder, and that makes it very strong. And then, as you can see, I have already very lightly spray painted it to give it some character. And then you can even spray sealant on it if you want to, because if you ever notice when a raindrop hits cement, it gets absorbed right away. If you want to seal it, you can. It'll probably last longer that way. But now I will show you the sculpture I made. But the video is not about the sculpture. I wish I could show this to you outside, but I don't have it outside yet. So here's the little sculpture I made. Sorry, I'm sitting in the stairwell. I hear my echo. It's a gecko, or it's a cocopelli. I'm not sure what it is, but it's got like a goldfish head or a gecko head. It's got gecko hands. It blows a horn. It's got a little pouch on there where it carries stones for the slingshot that it probably also has in there. So this is what's going to sit on top of that stone obelisk. Concrete stone, fake stone concrete obelisk. And the sculpture is made of the same thing. It's made of styrofoam, steel pipe, chicken wire, and a 1/2 inch layer of cement, sometimes much more.